disappointing result. What did you make of your team's performance?
Tight game. We controlled the transitions really well. We created not a lot of chances, but defend really well. By the first half, we have chances to shoot that were not precise, and at the end, one transition, and we lost the easy ball, and transition, they scored.
Why couldn't you find a way to score, even with the changes that you made in the second half?
No, it's everyone. It's not for the changes or the lineup.
Any reason for it?
For what?
Any reason why you couldn't find a way to score in terms of the flow of the game?
They defend really well, and we could not find, the precise in the last moment. We could not do it.
It seems that in past seasons, City have always seemed to find a way. So why is that different now?
We have 10 games to qualify. We have to win games to qualify, and we're going to the next one.
What did you make of your team's performance defensively?
We concede few. I think we concede, but really, really few. So defensively was really good. We were not, maybe the rhythm was not the highest one, but yeah, the game was tight.
It's the third time that Ruben Dias and Kusanov have started a game together. I just wanted to know what you think of Kusanov's progress so far since you've been working with him.
Really well. But we don't have more players. But we played really well, Kusa for the time, and Ruben as well.
In terms of what this match means, obviously it's a huge battle in the qualification for Champions League places. The season Forest are having, does it just go to show how much more difficult that's becoming in the Premier League?
We knew it. We knew it before we arrived, and of course the Champions League, the Premier League, every time, every season is better and better.
What positives can you take Pep into the next game against Brighton?
Yeah, we want to prepare the game. We have 10 finals, and next one we start.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ground, does that just show how much this win means to these fans?
Yeah, 100%. I think throughout the game you can see how much energetic we was. We fought for every battle, every ball, and I'm happy we got the win for them. Look at the crowd, it's amazing. They give us this energy every single game, so we appreciate it, and we try and do the best we can every game for them.
Your goal, your 5th Premier League goal of the season, turned out to be the winner. We're going to show it to you now, because in this battle to achieve Champions League football, how important, how big is that goal, Callum?
Yeah, I think it's important, of course. I think every game that we play in is very difficult, and we know to the last games of the season, we're going to have to fight for every single game, you know what I mean? So I'm absolutely buzzing with the goal. I'm happy for the team at the end of the day. It's not just me, it's the whole team's performance. We worked hard and we deserved it, so we're buzzing for the win, and I hope we can enjoy it now, but we have to recover and go again next week.
That's got to be one of the passes of the season from Morgan Gibbs-White.
100%. Every time I tell him, just look for me, look for me, look for me, and he found me. So he knows he's got that quality, he's a special player, so I'm happy for the pass, and I said, buzzing with the win.
Before you scored that goal, you came close as well. I saw you bust a gut down the line to keep the ball in the build-up, but Edison saves it and it goes onto the post.
Yeah, definitely a good save. Obviously, as I said for myself, it was a shot that I thought went in, and I see him put a hand to it and he got hit the post, so unfortunate, but I knew I'd get another chance, and I said this one went in, so I'm buzzing.
That's the thing, now you are so close. It must feel like you're getting so much closer with every point you take, every win you get, to achieving European football for the first time since 1995.
Yeah, definitely. We know the position we're in, but as I said, every game's important. We've got to make sure that we fight every game and keep getting points on the board. And as I said, today was another important game that we got the 3 points. So I said it's now time to recover, enjoy the moment, and then go again next week.
This atmosphere in here is something else. You've got 5 more home games in the Premier League to go. How important are these fans going to be in getting you over the line?
They give us, as I said to you, they give us this energy every single game, and we believe in them and they believe in us. So at the end of the day, we've got to keep performing as much as we can for them. And as I said, it's a brilliant day for us, so we're going to keep going, and hopefully many more games like this here as well.
Callum, well done. You're today's player of the match. Congratulations. Well done.
I mean, well done. How good does that feel to beat the reigning champions?
Feels good, especially because of the hard work. The defensive display was great. Not easy to control City. They always going to have chances, but defensively we were spot on.
Yeah, I was just saying, the goalkeeper didn't really have a save of any note to make there today.
Yeah, but the balls were over the bar. They were close. They always going to have chances. It's very difficult to stop them.
Did you feel at 0-0 you feel you've got a goal in you, like you produced today through Callum?
I think in the beginning of second half, I think we were more open going forward. The game had spaces, and when the game ups and down, we take advantage of our speed. That was important for us. This is how we play.
And you've done amazingly well this season to keep everybody fit, healthy, energised. You've used less players than anybody else in the league. What is the balance between wanting to rest a few players but then keeping that spirit, keeping everybody going the same, and the consistency? How hard is it to find that balance between the two?
It's very hard. It's very hard. But we have the advantage of the schedule. We've not been forced to a very hard schedule compared to other teams in the Premier League. That also plays a big factor. And then having time to rest, the players allow them to totally recover, and also the impact of the players coming on this critical moment of the game, that energy goes down, so we have fresh legs, so we avoid the critical injuries that happen in that situation. But credit for them, because it's about getting ready during training sessions so you can compete well.
Yeah.
I interviewed this young gentleman only a few nights ago, really, against an Arsenal game. And then I threw in a little thing at the end and said, all right, I'm ready for that cup of tea. And unbelievably, people picked up, did you get a cup of tea with him? I said, no, he never invited me for the tea.
You are invited already.
I'm only kidding you, man. I'm only kidding you. So it was a fantastic win today.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic win. No question about it.
Is this just a mutual appreciation society?
No, absolutely not. Not at all. No, it was just the fact that I was so disappointed I didn't get the tea.
You'll get it for sure. Okay.
What about the clean sheet as well? I mean, we just mentioned your defensive record. It's been a real foundation this season, hasn't it?
Especially here at the City Ground. I think we've been able to compete really well at the City Ground. Big help from the fans. You can see the noise when we are down in our box and the other team has possession. This voice comes, so the energy comes. But defensively, really good, really good. I truly believe that has to be always the first objective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the break, you've got goals. I mean, Callum Hudson-Odoi's got big goals for you.
Yeah.
This season. He's got another one today.
It was huge. He had a chance before on the left side that Ederson made an amazing save. He's a 1v1 player. We have to try and unbalance the other team so we can promote these situations.
I think they were worthy, definitely. And I don't think there were too many people surprised that they got something out of the game. Maybe to get 3 points, but I thought most people here who are supporting Nottm Forest were like, you know, I think we can get something out of this game. Anyone I spoke to before the game, and it proved to be the case. And I think one thing they were built on today was being really, really difficult to break down. They were saying, listen, nothing through the middle of us. You can go around the sides, and then we'll defend you 1v1 in fullback areas. And they were brilliant to a man in that respect. But as we've seen when we've come here throughout the season, they still remain a threat on the counter. And when you give them time, and sometimes you give them space on the counter attack, and if they break quick and get you in 1v1 situations, they can be decisive. And today, Callum Hudson-Odoi when he got the opportunity, was decisive.
He must have been thinking it wasn't going to be his day, though, when Ederson made that brilliant save onto the post, Julian.
Yeah, outstanding save. Again, a lot of bodies back for City, but Callum cuts in, and as I said, he was a thorn in the City side all day. But again, it's a great save, an amazing thing. And there's nothing he did wrong. He just was unfortunate not to go in because there's a lot of bodies there. And again, Ederson sees it so late and there's no one anticipating the follow-up, so there was an opportunity to clear it.
So positive though, isn't he? Like getting the ball. And I said earlier, in context, he looks so much more fitter now. And I think that's one thing he's been searching for. That fitness, the ability is not the question. The potential is not the question. He's been able to sustain the level that he can get to on a consistent basis through 90 minutes and through more games.
£3 million.
Oh,
what a bit of business.
Yeah, it's a steal. But again, I think the people here knew what they were buying. Yeah. Potentially, they just need to unlock that. And I think injuries played a big part in that. And I think it's not easy for a young player when you get knocked back and you're in the development stage of your career, early stages, to keep on going. But this has been a good place for him, I think. Where, like you say, the change room has been great for him.
All of them, Alanga the same, Chris Wood. There's a lot of players that wasn't necessarily wanted first choice at their previous clubs, but then they've come here and they've been given a platform to shine, and they're all living up to their potential and hopefully can go on to the next level.
I'll tell you what's been a great thing for him, I think, which would be something I would feel that would unlock them as players even more. They're allowed to be themselves. No one's acting up here. No one's trying to be something that they're not. There's no big egos here. You can see the guys here when we're doing interviews. You don't mind holding the microphone and interviewing someone. It's just having a laugh. They are themselves, and then you get that out on the pitch and it reflects well on them.
Yeah, they're really expressing themselves sort of off the pitch and on it, aren't they? What about the game plan from the manager, though? How good was it, and how well did the players execute it, especially in that first half, the way they restricted City?
It was tough from both elements. The execution was obviously exceptional and equally important, but the recognition from the manager to say in the first half, to stay in the game, be compact, be diligent, defend deep, and they did that all first half. We'll see here the clips again, and as I said, I think on average they have the most players behind the ball out of possession because they're comfortable doing that because they know they can rely on their forward players to create moments of brilliance. But here now we expected City to have possession. You expect that sustained, but then when the opportunity comes and you have to go 1v1, they can do that because, like we have said, the fullbacks especially, but the whole back four enjoy defending, and it's not often you see defenders that are better out of possession than in possession nowadays, and that's funny to say.
What I was impressed with, especially with the two fullback areas, at times there was space between them and the wide man, but as soon as the wide player got the ball, they engaged immediately and closed that space down and were aggressive.
But then put the brakes on. It's important to know the distances and not overcommit, because the moment you do that, especially with players like Duck and Savinho, they react faster than the opposition 9 times out of 10. But here the distances are, I want to cut it off, and also if it did get past them, they made it predictable for the teammate, which is equally as important.
And that gave them the platform to then go in that second half and get the goal, the way they kept it so tight in the first half.
Yeah, it keeps yourself in play. But here, look again, this is what you see all the time. So look at, there's the owner, there's the guy, he's at the tunnel, congratulating every player. There's a real togetherness here, there's a real family environment. And we talk about being an old stadium and it generates a wonderful atmosphere. Yes, it does. But you need these components within to be able to knit it all together.
I'd congratulate them as well if they were going to bring Champions League money into the club as
well. Be getting more than pats on the back in a little while if they qualify, trust me.
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to...
Match you and I and that.
Sorry. Question, what you got?
How many eggs are you eating tonight? None. sorry. But Callum, look, can we get that on the screen again? Is it possible?
Yeah, let's
talk us through the goal. Once the ball comes to Morgan's, gets it out, White gives White, gets it to you. What are you thinking right now as you touch that ball?
I think just to myself to be positive. I think obviously you see the opportunity for a 1v1. You just got to get at him and just make sure that you get your shot off. I told Woody I saw him in the box as well, so before he tried to get angry, I saw him in the box, but I thought to myself, it's a one-on-one opportunity. I'm in acres of space, let me just get at him and get my shot off.
When did you make up your mind to go outside? Because I was thinking you're going inside, so you would have done it.
He's going inside, you know.
No, I was going to go inside, but I see Guardiola backing off a lot, so I said to myself, as soon as he changed position, I was like, cool, I've got the opportunity to go on my stronger foot and get the shot off, which, as I said, it kind of outside the keeper's vision. So, yeah, that's why I went outside and got the shot off.
I asked Scholar before the game, does he feel like he's playing his best football? This is the best I've seen him playing. This is up there with the best that I've seen you play, consistency-wise as well. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I think for myself, it's just every game I'm going in, I'm confident. I think that's what the most important is for me. I think at times, there was times where I was just not being myself and not being confident, but I feel like I've been getting that confidence back game in, game out, and as I said, the opportunity keeps coming where we've got to just keep doing that on a consistent basis, which is the most important. So.
And does that confidence come from you guys, or is the manager installing that in you in your game?
Sir, thank you. I think it's both. I think in ourselves we know that we've got the ability to do it, but it's just making sure that we're doing it on a consistent basis. And I think we drive ourselves every day. As I said, like me and him always talk every day about how we're doing, how things are going, what can we improve on, what we can't improve on. So, end of the day, there's so much to improve on as myself individually, and as I said, as a team. So the manager gives us so much belief, and we're going to keep using that every day.
Is that excitement starting to creep in though about the Champions League?
Have you seen the Snapchat
Are you not
accounts?
even letting?
Jesus!
Don't even watch them. Nah, listen. I think we just got to stay humble. No matter what it is, like we know the position we're in, but there's still a lot of games to go into the end of the season. So it's about staying humble, driving ourselves, and as I said, trying to get as much points on the board as possible.
Stay humble. Someone said that earlier in the season, isn't it? Stay humble.
I don't know. I heard Kendrick say it.
You know what? You know that what we've seen in change room, all you guys on social media, the laughs, the vibrant atmosphere that you guys are creating. Is that on all the time? Is that genuine? Is that genuinely like whenever someone will see this, these vibes the guys have got? It's not just on the camera; it's off the camera too.
All the time. It's 24/7. And to be fair, I think a group like ours, we need it. You know, it keeps the positivity. You know, whether we get results or we don't, you know, it keeps the positive mindset in and around the training ground and in the team. So yeah, it's 24/7, and you know, him, myself, we make sure that it's always high.
And Joe Cole and Peter Crouch saw that themselves as well. They came training with you guys this week. What was it like having them there?
Yeah, I don't know. They played head tennis with them.
Nah, it was amazing. It was amazing. I think having two legends like them coming, I knew the Snapchat was coming. I knew it.
I wore them boots today, you know. Yeah, man. Get me.
Nah, I think obviously it's inspirational. I think everybody to see players like that coming and obviously giving advice to the players and having fun with us. So I said it's good, but as I said, for us, we know that at the end of the day, it's always back to work.
Just you on a personal note, well, both of you, are you looking like, well, you're not you, England?
I knew that question was covered. I think for myself, I just take game by game. I think no matter what decision happens, if I get picked, if I don't, I just got to make sure I keep remaining and doing what I'm doing on a consistent basis, and then that will come, do you know what I mean? So for myself, just taking game by game, and hopefully you never know what happens.
Oh, cool. He's on the right track, man. He's on the right track.
Definitely. What do you think of his interview skills?
He's the funniest.
He did all right.
I'm surprised he didn't have his Ribena though.
Do you know what they told me?
They didn't like to ring it.
Don't bring it on camera. I said, oh, after back here, back
You want
straight.
sponsorship first, and then bring it.
And then bring
There's other black common drinks available.
Guys, thank you both
Thank you
very
very
much.
much
so much. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
lovely
you
to
so
see you.
much.
you. Most of the fans around here, apart from the ones behind the shot, thought the net's about to bulge.
Yeah. But, I mean, Matt Sells hasn't really had a save of any note to make in that game today.
No, that's very, very true. He stopped one from a free kick, but you're right. He didn't have that much. It's not to say, Steve, that had Kovacic scored that goal, that Man City probably, in terms of possession, might have deserved it, you know. And because, as you say, Michael, Forest hadn't created a great deal in the game, but there are always dangers. And the longer the game goes on and a side is trying to press for something, you know Forest are counter-attacking, have a bit of pace there in their side. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, and from Forest's situation, that's 12 clean sheets.
Yeah.
We touched on the goalkeeper beforehand as well. In fact, we'll talk about the current Forest goalkeeper in a moment, because the man who was a goalkeeper himself is, of course, the Nottingham Forest manager, Nuno, who's going to join us live now as well. Very well.